Hi, I'm Graham and welcome to Man vs Film. This is going to be a top 10 of movies that you can watch right now on Netflix US for the month of March 2018. So let's get started. Number 10. The Cloverfield Paradox. In the near future, there is an energy crisis on Earth. The Cloverfield station, with a multinational crew, will test the Shepard particle accelerator. However, the experiment goes wrong, damages the station and opens a portal to another dimension with a parallel Earth. Now the scientists need to find a way to return to their own dimension. Out of absolutely nowhere, Netflix unleashed the Cloverfield Paradox, the third entry in the Cloverfield series, and again this one is very different from the other two, with a more comedic tone, a little bit of a lighter story, but definitely just the kind of weirdness that we're looking for from a Cloverfield movie. This thing is getting panned. I don't think it's as bad as they're making out. It's not a great movie, but it's definitely entertaining, fun, and the kind of thing that I was really looking for from a Cloverfield movie. I had no idea where this was going at any point. It's just so much fun. Number 9, 6 Days. In April 1980, armed gunmen stormed the Iranian embassy in Princess Gate, London, and took all inside hostage. Over the next 6 days, a tense standoff took place, all the while a group of highly trained soldiers from the SAS prepare for a raid. 6 Days is one of those movies that I had a lot of fun watching. I don't think it follows the actual events of this true story particularly well, but that doesn't mean that it's not an entertaining movie. The sheer audacity to take this place hostage and then have the SAS men waiting to raid it was a terrific story to be told. And the fact that the things get drawn out as much as it does and they keep having to change their plans and rearrange what's going to happen, it's interesting, it's captivating and it's entertaining. May not be wholly accurate, but that doesn't rob it from any of its entertainment value. Number 8, American Pie. At a high school party, 4 friends find that losing their collective virginity isn't easy as they had thought, but they still believe that they need to do so before college. To motivate themselves, they enter a pact to try to be the first to score, and of course the senior prom is their last best chance. It's one of those series of movies that I absolutely adore for some reason, American Pie series, and there's a lot of them that you can choose from. I've picked the first one for this list, but there is more if you're interested as well. They're easy watches. They're not particularly deep storylines, they are just fun and full of comedic moments that genuinely make me laugh. I like these characters, I have a lot of fun spending time with them, and even though it's getting a little bit dated, it's still a series that I enjoy throwing on every now and again when I just want a lazy Sunday. Number 7, Ocean's 11. Danny Ocean wants to score the biggest heist in history. He combines an 11-member team to target the Bellagio, the Mirage and the MGM Grand, all casinos owned by Terry Benedict. It's not going to be easy, as they plan to get in and out secretly with 150 million. With Ocean's 8 just around the corner, I thought we'd go back to one of the best heist movies in recent years, and that is Ocean's 11, directed by Steven Soderbergh and starring a whole cast and famous names that you all know. Ocean's 11 is an absolutely terrific movie. It takes the heist genre and shakes it up, makes it fun, energetic and something that just moves along at a blistering pace, as well as keeping this heist to the final reveal. If you haven't seen Ocean's 11 in a while, or if you've never seen it, this is a terrific movie you have got to check out. Number 6, 3,000 Miles to Graceland. It was an ingenious enough plan, robbed the Riviera's casino count room during an Elvis impersonator convention, but Thomas Murphy decided to keep all the money for himself and shoots all his partners, including recently freed ex-con Michael. With 3.2 million at stake, the Marshal's service closing in, Michael must track down Murphy. Starring 2 of my favourite actors, Kurt Russell, the man with the moustache, although he doesn't really have one here, and Kevin Costner. And both of them are dressed up as Elvis at a certain point in the movie, the whole robbery. It's a fun take on a heist movie. Not as good as Ocean's 11, but it's still worth your time, especially if you like these 2 main actors. There's a great heist at the start, and then it becomes a cat and mouse game between these 2 criminals as to who's going to come up on top. Number 5, When We First Met. Noah spends the perfect first night with Avery, the girl of his dreams, but gets relegated to the friend zone. He spends the next 3 years wondering what went wrong, until he gets an unexpected chance to travel back in time and repeat that same night and his fate over and over again. It's a trope that's becoming more and more familiar, repeating the same scenario with different comedic results, and I think it still kind of works here. You have 2 main characters that are genuinely fun and interesting, and you kind of hope they're going to get together throughout this. It's the light, fluffy entertainment piece that has genuine, funny laughs, and it's a Netflix original. Number 4, The Hurt Locker, an intense portrayal of elite soldiers who have one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, disarming bombs in the heat of combat. When a new Sergeant James takes over a highly trained bomb disposal team amidst violent conflict, he surprises his two subordinates by recklessly plunging them into a deadly game of urban combat, behaving as if he is indifferent to death. Kathleen Bigelow won the Oscar for The Hurt Locker, and for a reason too. It is visually stunning, and it is a powerful tale of these bomb disposal agents who literally take their own life in their hands every time they go out on a mission. There is some terrific action set pieces in here, as well as putting it together with the guys cutting loose, having a few drinks, beating each other up, just generally wayward lifestyle. It's got some fantastic performances and it really does hold up. It's a terrific watch. Number 3, Goodfellas. Henry Hill might be a small-time gangster who may have taken part in a robbery with Jimmy Conway and Tommy DeVito, two other gangsters who have their sights set a bit higher. His two partners could kill off everyone else involved in the robbery and slowly start to think about climbing up through the hierarchy of the mob. Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas is one of the best movies ever made, and that's just a fact. It's got terrific performances, but at its heart, the best thing about it is this blistering pace as it moves through Henry Hill's lives, creating this sense of paranoia, craziness, all the fun and the strange lifestyle that he gets because of being in the mob, and the ultimate tale it gets to the end of it. I think it's a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen Goodfellas before, you really have to rectify this. It's one of the best movies ever made. Number 2, Kill Bill 1 and 2. The bride wakens from a 4-year coma. The child she carried in her womb is gone. Now she must wreak vengeance on the team of assassins who betrayed her, a team she was once part of. Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill movies are absolutely fantastic, a homage to the 70s martial arts epics and the revenge thrillers that came out at that time. This spans the globe as the bride, played by Uma Thurman, seeks her revenge against her old teammates in a series of vicious battles, down and dirty. It's a great story time, and I think it's something that should be watched as a whole, at least one, which is why I've picked the two movies as my joint number 2 movie of this month. You get the first one, which is all action centric, really just builds everything up, and the second one pays it off with some fantastic dramatic conversations, as well as some terrific action fight scenes as well. Number 1, Mute. Berlin, 40 years ago from today, a rolling city of immigrants where East crashes against West in a science fiction Casablanca. Leo, a mute bartender, has one reason and one reason only for living there, and she has just disappeared. When Leo's search takes him deeper into the city's underbelly, an odd pair of American surgeons seem to be the only reoccurring clue. Duncan Jones' neo-noir sets off with this cryptic main character, Leo, a mute, searching for his girlfriend who has vanished. He can't question anybody, but he must get answers as to where she has gone, what has happened to her. He must find out. He cannot continue his life without these answers. And he keeps bumping into this array of weird and wacky characters, especially the two surgeons played by Paul Rudd and Justin Theroux, two terrific performances as well, who really jump off the screen as these larger than life characters, a juxtaposition to the mute and still image of Alexander Skarsgård's Leo. Mute isn't as great as Moon, but it's still an entertaining science fiction movie. It's on Netflix, it's big budget, it looks terrific, and it's definitely worth checking out. So there we have it, my top 10 movies of March 2018. Let me know in the comment box below if I've missed anything, what I should check out myself, or what I could add to next month's list. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.